The Pacific Northwest has this set of rules. Now, you have to understand, this is a very supernatural place. There is something in those woods. And when you go out there, you're entering into another realm. Things can and do happen. People disappear, and a lot of people have had strange experiences in the Pacific Northwest. Now, the first rule of the Pacific Northwest is that you never go into the woods alone. Whether it's night or day, you do not go out there without another person because there's stuff in those woods that tries to lure you, that tries to draw you in. The second rule, if you're camping out in those woods, you need to keep a fire going from dusk till dawn because it's believed as long as you have a fire well lit, nothing negative will disturb you. The other thing with camping in those woods is it's always suggested that you set your tent up facing the north. You always want to be facing the North Star because it's believed this will protect you from negative energy. Now, the third rule, right? If you hear, you see, you feel anything, you didn't. If you hear your name being called, if you hear music, if you hear singing, right? That is not real. Do not go towards it. The fourth rule, right? If you see an orb of light, you do not follow it. It will try and lure you into the woods. You will think, whoa, what is that? That's really cool. Do not follow it. The fifth rule, right? A lot of people say when they've walked through the Appalachian woods, they've encountered what they describe as some kind of portal. And it will beckon you, it will call you to come into it. But you must never, ever go near that. You need to run away. Now, the last rule, anytime you go into the Pacific Northwest, you bring a firearm with you and you bring one bullet. And if something negative comes your way, there are two options. Now, this is a story that comes out of the Pacific Northwest. It was in Northern California near Mount Shasta. There was this girl, and she said her father, Douglas, he went out on a hunting trip and he went to somewhere near Mount Shasta. Now, he had gone on these trips many times before, never had any issues. This particular time, he goes to this new area in the woods to hunt for deer. Well, he said the first thing he noticed when he was going through the woods is that there was no wildlife. He didn't see a single deer. He didn't see any squirrels or, even insects. It was just completely quiet. So that night, he sets up his tent and he makes this big, huge fire. Eventually, he gets tired. He goes to bed. Well, he said he awoke to something shaking his tent. And the next thing he knows, he hears people talking all around him. And he said it was just coming from the woods, like people were having full on conversations. So he unzips his tent, he goes outside, and he notices his campfire is out. And he starts hearing noises like going through the woods. And he said that's when he's seen all of these people just walking aimlessly around the woods, around his campsite. And he said they all had their head down. They looked very out of place. And that's when he runs over to his tent. He goes inside and he grabs his firearm and he just starts, hoping for the morning. He wakes up and he says, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm done hunting. Like, this is it. So he packs up his gear and he starts heading out. As he's walking this trail back to his car, he said he just got this really weird feeling. And all of a sudden, in front of him, he starts to see this foggy mist start almost appearing in what looks like a perfect circle. And to him, it looked like some kind of portal. And he hears a voice calling his name, telling him to come. And he starts to feel himself moving closer and closer to this portal. And he said, he could tell that if he were to go into this thing, he knew that he wouldn't come back, that something was going to happen to him. But like he couldn't control himself. He was just so interested in this thing. Finally, he snaps out of it and he takes off running down this trail back to his truck. And he gets out of there and he tells his wife and his daughter about what happened to him. 3 months after this, he's driving down the highway. When he's going over the bridge, he has a terrible accident. The car flips and he passes away. Now, his daughter, she believes still to this day, whatever he encountered out there in the woods had something to do with it.